myself together. Hi, everyone. Hi, Monique. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all, we doing the red glasses tonight. We're doing the red ones. I just found them, so I'm like, oh my God, where have you been? Hello, 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 everyone. Hello. Welcome to Monday night. We in everybody business. Monday night, and we are in everybody. Y'all done fuck my arm up. Oh, shit. And we are in everybody's business. Hi, Just B. Hello, hello, hello. I know I was just on live, honey, Sunday night. But we back at it because we got other people to talk about. You know, we're going to get into Marcus and my prediction. I'm doing predictions tonight. Let me see. I didn't even write no notes. I don't even have any notes. Tonight is predictions. What are my predictions for the street sector? Hey, Red, I don't like that your name is not blue, Cheryl. I don't like that your name is not blue. Why did they do this to us? The shield is not it. I don't like it. Hi, Lisa. Let me, this phone might die. No, that ain't it. Oh, shoot. I don't like it. I don't know why they changed that. Stupid. Yes, y'all. We're doing predictions. I think tonight that's what we're going to get into. We're going to be doing some predictions on, people hate it when we do predictions. They can't stand it. But what we supposed to do? Sit around and just let shit happen? I feel like if we tell people what we think going to happen, they might be able to have a chance to change their behavior. Duh. Duh. So if I tell you that this is the prediction, this was what I see, change it. Oh, where's my other African fan? This ain't it. This ain't it, honey. I need my other one. So how is everyone doing? We had a street sector weekend. Only prediction I have is Bruce needs to his balls clipped. Bruce is going to be euthanized. I'm sorry. I know you dog lovers don't want to hear that. So Red brought it up. So my first prediction is Bruce is going to be, damn, I can't spell euthanize. Is it you? Woo! Hey, Google.
There was a glitch. Try again in a few seconds.
Okay. Euthanize. We're going to sound, that look good enough to me. Avion, stop. You think I want to have a prediction like that? I know it's cruel. It's cruel that they're not going to take care of him, and that's going to end up happening. Hi, dear. Thank y'all. I got it. Euthanize. Let me tell you why I believe that's what's going to happen to Bruce. First of all, Bruce does have some aggression from what we understand. We know he's been raised in chaos. And as a result, that breed of dog does not normally get adopted. And in the South, You know they still have dog fights in the South and chicken fights. You know what they get a rooster and they put a little knife at the foot of the rooster and then they throw their rooster on top of another rooster and they go at it. Yeah, it's a thing. And they do the same thing with dogs. So what they would do, a dog like Bruce, like they'll fake go to the pound to adopt a Bruce. And they will use Bruce to train up their other dogs. And so now the pounds know that they do that. So in order to avoid that life for Bruce, they'll euthanize them. Yeah, because and Bruce is an addict. Bruce is an addict. Joe can't get him. Joe would like to get him, but Bruce attacked Joel's mama dog, allegedly. At least that's what Joel said. There are pit bull rescues that will take him. He's a sweet dog, but we're talking about a responsible dog owner. There's no responsible dog owner, hi Barbie, around him. So Katie is going to be going from place to place, hotel to hotel, woods to woods, camper to campers. And eventually Bruce is going to be left alone. He's going to be in the truck with the windows rolled up. Somebody going to call the police. And then the police are going to come. They're going to take Bruce into custody. And then that's going to be the end of Bruce. I'm sorry. No, Joel said his mama dog attacked Bruce. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, either way, he can't go there. Cat and the other day, and I cannot do it. I have to find another home because I did not know it's this much work. I had to rehome my cat. We had our cat for like 8 years. Ah, damn, Isis, I don't even want to bring you up. But I had to rehome him because I ended up getting bronchitis, and multiple doctors told me, like, do you have a cat? When I was in the hospital dying, they kept asking me, do you have a cat? And I was like, yeah, I got a cat. They were like, you gotta get rid of that cat. Till this day, my whole family hate me because of it. Yeah, but I couldn't keep the cat. And then my daughter came home between apartments a few months ago with a cat. And I told her she couldn't let the cat, had to stay in her room. She was only here 2 months and I got bronchitis again. I kicked her and that cat out so fast. Well, she was leaving anyway, but I had told her, if you don't, you got to go. You ain't got to go, but your cat got to go. And if you don't, you're going to come home and I'm going to take that cat to the pound. Like, I cannot live with a cat. Have rescues. They send the dog to, yeah, Red, when you call them, they tell you that they're full. The cat is a lot of work. The cats aren't that much work, but it's more work if you've never had a cat. As I'm typing this is, Barbie, you still out here? You still out in Philly area? Your vacation was good? Yeah, I mean, animals are a lot of work, period. You got to schedule around their vacations. I ain't going to hold you. I had my dog for 15 years, Candy Cane. And when it was time for her to go to Jesus, I was ready for her to go. I had her euthanized because she was having seizures and she was pissing on herself. She had my floor pissy. I said, oh no, it's time for you to go to Jesus. Elsewhere, seeing a high maintenance cat, the only thing that is required is dumping the litter box and feeding them. And for some people, they don't want to do that. You know, cats can be a problem too when they get sick. They'll pissy and shitty all over your house. So you just got to be prepared for animal. But as far as Bruce is concerned, Bruce is not being taken care of properly because his caregivers are drug addicts and they are only concerned about the drugs. So that's my prediction about Bruce. I'm sorry. Unless one of y'all can take him and provide him with a loving home. He seemed lovable. I would love him. I would love him. But Katie not gonna do nothing right. Katie ain't gonna do shit right. And trying to get into everything and want to play all the time. My poor Isis, she always wanted to jump on my bed, which was part of the reason why it was really killing me and my lungs. But she was so smart. Like I had a cover, like I would put like another blanket over my bed so that she wouldn't jump on my covers. And she would come to my room and I'd be like, wait a minute, let me put your blanket down. And she would wait for me to put her blanket down. Offering to adopt him. Yeah, I mean, I know people, I know a good family would adopt Bruce. I know they would. But, we talking about trifling people. So they're not going to do right by Bruce. Katie is acting like Bruce is the love of her life and she can't give him up. But this bitch can't even go buy him a damn blue collar. He over there rocking a... Got Bruce out here in a damn pink ass collar with her because she can't spend $10 to get Bruce a blue collar. Katie will give him up or wait till he gets taken to the show. Katie's not gonna do nothing right. Katie is not gonna do anything right. So that I'm sorry. Okay, my prediction is Bruce. Bruce is gonna be euthanized or adopted by loving YouTube subscriber. Is that better, y'all? Bruce is, if he's going to be adopted by loving YouTube subscriber or euthanized. I just don't think they're going to do anything right. So I thought they were all like that. Now I know. No, some cats can, it's work. I just don't understand the people with the cats with no hair. They are so ugly. I don't know how they walk around with them. I don't know. Ooh. She might abandon him. I think let me tell you something. People in the country, when they don't want no dog no more, they just take it to the dump and just drive off. Is Bruce going to get treatment? Nah, Bruce ain't, nah. Mm-mm. Ooh! Southside, wait a minute. You know this for sure, because I know it for sure, but maybe not for sure. Southside, is you basing that on what we all been talking about when them people came in there? Because what they're going to do is tell him that his apartment is inhabitable. But if it's inhabitable because of him, then he'll get kicked out. But if he's getting kicked out, did he confirm he getting kicked out? I don't want him to get kicked out of that unit and then placed in a new unit. I want him to get kicked out off of housing, period. Yeah, because of no running water. I mean, you got a bunch of fiends in your house. When you're fiending, you're paranoid. And so they're paranoid as they're using crack. And so if they hear they think it's the army. So now they stuffing crack pipes, all kinds of shit in the toilet and clog the toilet up. That's how they fuck that toilet up. Which will not affect your breathing. My grandson has severe asthma and I have COPD. No, I don't want that cat. That cat looks like a rat. The one with no hair on him. I don't want him. But they fixed his toilet. Could you imagine who had to go in there and fix that toilet? I mean, mean, it's not the tenant's fault when the structure of the apartment is falling apart. Those apartments look like they're from the 60s. Most counties and states have gotten rid of those brick project apartments and tore them down and replaced them with the townhouse structures. And so that structure is probably from the 60s and 70s. So it's old. But I've been in many older, where I live, they still have brick apartments, um, townhouses. And I've been in them, when I was doing community based therapy. And those apartments were nice. Not everybody's, but the majority were kept. Even if they had old cabinetry and, things were, older, it was still cleaned. It was still kept. It wasn't piles of dirt on the floor. So it's no excuse for that. So my prediction for VC is been like he's gonna get he'll be out by the end of the summer. He'll be evicted, and it's his fault. It's all his fault. He didn't have to live that way. And plus, he's a nuisance. I don't see how people coming in my comment section talking about, you a hater. You a hater. VC, what are you going to do with VC? VC got time to write raps, then he got time to clean that damn apartment. If he got time to rap, then he got time to go and fill out a job application. If he got time to rap, he got time to go to rehab. He got time to go to rehab. I don't give a damn. I want him out of that apartment. That is my prediction for the end of the summer. VC will be evicted. I don't want him relocated to a new apartment. No. I want him kicked off the housing list so it will free it up for a family with children. They have so many families living in hotels with their kids. The kids going to be starting school again. You know how happy one of them kids going to be when the housing department call their mom and say, we have a unit available for you. We have a unit. Now, not that unit, because they got to clean that. That's got to be, that's got to be clean. But when they hear that they got a unit available, baby, they going to be so happy. It's going in and out. Dang it. I think I'm going to have to catch the replay. Okay, Barbie, safe travels. Haven't been cleaned in 5 years. Just trifling. Just dirty. Ugh. They have responsibility to inspect the property. They screw... that's another thing. Now, I know when my family lived in the projects, I had an auntie. She lived in the projects. As a matter of fact, she had a project store. She did not keep her apartment clean. She did. But what she would do every year, they would have inspection. She would pay a crackhead, back then we called them cutties. She would pay a cutty to clean her apartment. Actually, the male cutties used to do it the best. And they would clean her apartment from top to bottom, and she would pass inspection every time. They can't be doing inspection. Although everybody in the projects know to get your apartment clean before inspection. The walls, the holes, all of that. It's just disgusting. I hope you're right about VC. A family deserves it more than him. Oh, 100%. With him being kicked off the housing list, that just frees up money so that they can place a family in any of their units, not just that one. But that's just going to free up the money to be able to place somebody in a unit. So yeah, he got to go, and he should be kicked off for life, never to get it again. Yeah, the whole complex is a mess. I'm not sure why they haven't even torn it down. That's from the 60s and 70s, but I mean, even, where I live, they still have bricks too. But in a lot of counties, they are tearing down the bricks and putting up the townhouses. Although, child, they damn near made out of paper. But, at least they got, new fixtures, new plumbing, new light fixtures, all of that, modern. A wig. Girl, it probably was. It was all kinds of stuff. He just don't give a damn. And you see how they was catching him. They was asking him questions, and he would be like, "Oh, we don't use wipes." And the housing lady was like, "We." She's like, "We? Who is we?" Me and my company. It's my right to have company. I don't like to be alone in the house. Mm-hmm. He almost said my brother's room at one point, and he really would have been caught if he said that. He's just a nuisance. He's just a nuisance, and he gotta go. This past weekend on my way downtown Greensboro, you should have rolled closer. Who is we? Yeah, I heard her say who is we. And also they said, where's your daughter? Go into that bedroom. Everybody knows that when you are in housing and you doing some shady shit, let's say you got your man living in your apartment. Everybody know your man can't display like all his shit in your apartment. So he should at least have her room look like it's a little girl's room. That room don't look like it's no little girl room. Ain't a stitch of clothes in there for no baby girl. Or no 8-year-old, 9-year-old girl. He don't give a damn. He don't crack. So they needed all that information. Everything they got from that raid is going to be used to file an injunction. Listen to me, lawyer. With the county lawyer, and they're going to evict him. And that is my prediction. Funny about dogs in public housing. You can have a dog in public housing, especially this is the gag with that, because we used to deal with this in mental health. So if you have a mental health diagnosis, you can get your doctor, your psychiatrist, to sign off on a waiver through housing that says that you need your dog for emotional support. But housing has certain dogs that aren't allowed to be service dogs, that they won't allow. Bruce would not be allowed because he's a pit bull. So no, he of course he's not, he don't legally have that dog in there. He's an idiot. Yeah, they knew he was lying. We all knew. I was talking to the phone. Girl, he lying. He lying. Oh, you want me to do mucus? I'm going to do mucus in a minute. I'm going to do mucus in a minute. I'm going to do mucus. Y'all, can I turn my fan up? If y'all going... Y'all know I need a fan on me at all times. Okay, let's get into mucus. I ain't going to be here long. We all know what happened to Mucus and what was going on this weekend. The internet went crazy. The daughter, because registered to his apartment for school. Yeah. I mean, that's been the gag, for 5 years. That girl, he got that apartment because he was claiming to have custody of the daughter, and he probably did on paper. All of that dumb shit. Just dumb. Just shit we all know about. It's we got family or friends or whatever that live in housing. Now let me tell you something. I don't like a lot of housing rules. I spoke up against the housing out where I live. I was at a meeting, and the housing director was right there, and I had some unfavorable. I mean, he's a nice guy, but I mean, he's a white guy. He's never lived in housing. He doesn't get it. He lives in the suburbs. He has no idea. And so, one of the housing rules that he had the ability to change was that he only gave tenants 3 days to move. Some of the tenants have been in those apartments for 20 years. Could you imagine in your own, in my house where I live right now, and this is the example I gave him. I said, think about your house. And somebody told you you had to leave your house in 3 days. Do you think you could do it? Do you think you could organize, get your mind around, and then they only gave him a week's notice, right? So let's say it's Monday. They're going to tell him next Monday, you got 3 days to get your shit together and get out. And this is not even if they were being evicted. This is because they were trying to redo some of the apartments or whatever. And so they were moving people around in the projects. And so I was just hearing it from like my clients, because I had a lot of clients who lived in this particular project. And I just happened to have been invited to go and meet with the housing department. And I was like, oh my God, I know exactly what I want to talk about. And that was one of the issues. And he was like, so he said, well, we pay somebody to come in and pack them up. I said, see, that's a cultural difference that you don't understand. Culturally, maybe you are okay with strangers coming into your space and packing your house. But culturally, a lot of other cultures may not be comfortable with that. And so, although I know you offer that service, I bet many of them turn it down. And he said they do. I said, because it's a cultural difference, of people touching your personal things and packing your stuff. And so 3 days is absolutely not enough time. He was like, well, how much time do you think that they should have to pack and go and, be prepared to leave? I was like, this is minimum a week. And that's pushing it. 30 days, okay, 2 weeks, since he act like it was 3 days is unacceptable, and it's taking advantage of this disadvantaged people. It's telling them, you either do it or we're going to pack your shit up, throw it on the street, and that's what's going to happen. You could do it, because maybe you live as a minimalist. I couldn't do it. I need a month. Whenever I knew I was moving, I would start the process 2 months before I had to move, just packing things, getting rid of stuff. It takes time. No, you can't give them an insane amount of time, but God damn, 3 days? If you work, you can't pack in 10 days. No. So, that lives in an efficiency since 2002. She's 72 years old. And, we know we got our hoarders and people like that. We know that. But my aunt that I was talking about, she raised her kids, she left the projects, and then she moved into like not an assisted living, but a housing development for disabled and aging people. She had a 1-bedroom apartment there. She had the same, it didn't change from the projects to this place. And when she died, because she died kind of suddenly, and we had, did I help? I don't think I helped. I think I'm getting this story from my sisters. They gagged when they had to go and clean that apartment. They gagged. I need more of a month than. I don't mind the movers. I've never had that. My sister has had with a job. They hired movers for her, and people actually packed her belongings. That's the first time I ever knew that even existed. I never, experienced that. I always pack my own stuff. But yes, they will pack your stuff. And through the housing projects where I'm from, where I live, they offer that to their tenants. But like, what could they pack in VC's apartment? What's there to pack? Everything needs to go to the dumpster and burned. They should be out of the trailer by now. They definitely should be out of the trailer. But again, I don't know why Ghost thinks that furniture and stuff that he brought over there is so valuable. Who want that pissy, peed on, sucked on, dirty, stinking, dog haired up couch? Sir, I'm on live.
Don't care.
Like who you think wanted that pissy ass couch that might be having Stephanie do stuff on? Like, they be tricking on that couch. And his precious TV center thingy. Don't nobody want that shit. They sold when he gave them something valuable, they been sold it. That was the washer and dryer, wasn't it? And the TV. Nobody else wanted that pissy ass shit. Tam, I wish I was you. I got too much. I'm going to have a meeting with my family because our basement is atrocious. And I think that each of us should have 5 bins only. I already talked to one person. Each of us get 5 bins, and whatever you can't fit in those bins, you're not going to do the 5 bins?
No.
The carpet, garbage, everything needs to go in the garbage. Anything he gives you. I know you can't. Hollywood used to always have yard sales. After he went places and stole shit, he would come back and put it in the front yard and sell it. Who wants Hollywood's deathbed? I mean, I know they were still sleeping on the sheets and all that stuff, but don't nobody want it. There's nothing of value in there. I mean, I guess if you ain't got nothing, I mean, the pots and pans, but they're Chachi's. He sold her car. The carpet is done up. I can tell you what's not on the carpet, and that's crack, because you can't leave no crack around Stephanie. Hey! Only thing I would take is food and pictures. That's it. I mean, Katie got her clothes and stuff and her sneakers she stole from Kohl's. Did you get some food? Did you get a biscuit?
No.
Why?
I don't.
You lying.
Look. You got me on pause?
No. So don't say shit.
I'm going to talk shit. You gonna learn.
Food out of the cabinets. Girl, that food, Katie got all that food from the food bank. Tell leave that shit right there where it's at. It's damn near expired. Ate the chips of paint thinking it is what? Oh. Well, hell, Mike was putting that inside the crack anyway. Allegedly. Because it was making everybody boo-boo. Mike was putting anything he wanted in it. Child, just to make it stretch. Do y'all watch Do the Science? Oh my God, he had me crying laughing. I put his video Y'all watched the Do the Science video that I put on my community wall? He had me crying. Talk about that damn mic. Oh my God. I don't like to own a lot either. My property is clothes, shoes, and bedding. I wanna get rid of shit. That's common though. Probably cut with baby laxative. They put that in it too. Oh, baby laxative is white. I thought they put like, what is that stuff in our walls? That stuff in our walls. I thought they put that in there. That's what somebody told me they put in there to make it stretch. Coke make you doo doo? Ugh, child. I would be a terrible crackhead. Oh, let me think. If I was a crackhead, I would have started out stealing. I would have been stealing. I would have did that first. I would have did all that before I went to selling this booty. You know what I'm saying? I probably just would have been a booster. Uh-huh. I would have been a booster. Mm-hmm. Or a scammer. I couldn't do the street. I don't think I couldn't have survived in the street. I couldn't have survived in the street. Give you the runs. Yeah, plaster. Drywall. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Oh my God. So anyway, what is our prediction for KD, y'all? Now I told y'all KD was going to rehab. I'm still on that. I told y'all I believe KD is going to end up. I told you she gonna be outside all summer, but when it get a little bit nippy outside and cold, September, October is when we see a lot of people run to rehab anyway. You know, in wintertime, they run to rehab. Wintertime, they run to the psych wards, all that shit, because they don't want to be outside. I know Katie's breath it's got to be. I just went to the dentist, y'all. Now, I ain't been to the dentist in a minute because of certain. My dentist retired and I had an emotional breakdown because how dare you. Anyways, I finally found a dentist I like. Never go to Complete Dentistry. I'm going to try. I want to sue them because they full of shit. Stay tuned for a video about them. Complete Dentistry. They are a franchise dentist bullshit. Anyway, so I end up going to another dentist. And this bitch was going on and on. Now, I know I got gaps in my teeth. That is from old age. I never had gaps in my teeth. Anyway, so she was cleaning my teeth and she was like, oh my God, you got to brush twice a day and floss, blah, blah, blah. The way she was talking to me, you would have think I had KD mouth. So I finally said to her, well, damn, have you met anybody with a rotten mouth? Because you should be like, girl, like your teeth are gorgeous. I know you got little gaps here and there, but you acting like my shit is rock 10. And then she ended up cutting my lip. Aspen Dental is terrible too. She ended up cutting my lip because this bitch gonna say to me in conversation. Now, me and her only met. This is our second time meeting. This bitch gonna say to me, I almost told y'all my name. She gonna say to me, Barbara, let's say my name is Barbara. I understand if you don't brush your teeth every day. Some people don't. Now I'm like this. She got the machine in my mouth, like she doing. I said, bitch, that's nasty. Boop, cut my lip. Son, did you reply to my text? I sent you a text. Why the hell is this bitch gonna talk to me like that?
Can you make biscuits or something?
Yeah.
Biscuits?
Yeah, they're a little light skinned now. I was hungry. I was like, excuse you? Who do you think you talking to? Katie? Like, what? I don't have a rotten tooth in my mouth. And you gonna tell me, Cab, like I was gonna admit to you
Try again
that
in a
I,
few seconds.
that I don't brush my teeth every day. First of all, bitch, I brush my teeth twice a day. He's talking about, oh, it's okay. I understand that people don't brush their teeth every day. I said, bitch, is you crazy? Are you? That's nasty. Like the clumps, and it felt too close when he was in my mouth. Ooh, I know. Oh, he might have been. You know, some of these dip. I didn't mind my other dentist. He was a little chubby too, but what was wrong with my dentist is that he had really fat fingers. The one that retired, and I have a very big tongue, and so he cut my tongue before. But that was my baby, so I didn't care. But this little scrawny bitch that don't know me gonna tell me what?
This chili?
No, it's baked beans. It's loaded baked beans. It's delicious. I was gonna make burgers, but somebody ate the last 3 hamburger rolls. Do you know anything about that? What did you eat them with? What did you eat them with? You made a peanut butter and jelly hamburger roll sandwich? That's terrible. Out 4 on Friday. 4 what? Wisdom teeth? That's like having a gynecologist with fat fingers. No, I can't do it. I'm having a problem with the gynecologist situation now because the practice that I go to, which is a very big practice, but the closest one to me, they just hired a man gynecologist, and I'm not going to fuck with him. You don't want to see Dr. Salaha? Fuck no. No, I don't. No. If you can't give me Miss Sally, then I'm not coming. I'll wait for her to be when she has an opening, I'll come. But I'm not seeing him. That's never gonna happen. I did have one male gynecologist and I loved him because he was gay. He was gay. So I know he ain't give a damn about no cootie cat. It was like him looking at your motherfucking ear. Ear, cootie, didn't matter to him. Okay. But Mr. Salahatahaha, no, I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. No. Mm-mm. I don't even know why he chose that specialty of medication. Medicine. Mm-mm. But anyway, let's get to Mucus. Atlanta Street interviews Marcus Mucus, the homeless Humper of Atlanta, Georgia. Now listen, I would love to take the credit for coining the term homeless Humper, but I didn't. Somebody left it in my comment section. Could have been one of y'all. I don't remember. It was 3 years ago. And honey, why did they do that? Because I ain't stopped calling him the homeless Humper. I have not stopped calling that man. Hey, Benji. We're making predictions about the street sector. So the homeless Humper has just been a name and it's stuck. Mucus is another name. Now, Mucus, he cried about. He didn't like us calling him Mucus. I didn't start calling him that. Somebody else did. But he actually, one time he was drunk and he was driving drunk and he was just a whole mess. He was high as a Cooter Brown. And he cried because that is like the first time that the sector dragged him for filth. And I forget what launched it all. Oh, I think it's when we found out he was humping, we found out he was humping on the girls. And so in his mind, in his perverted mind, he actually thought people would just be like, who cares? They're only prostitutes and whores and homeless bitches anyway. Like, who cares? He really, in his mind, thought that would be the wave. And with people, like minded people, and people with common sense, and people with decency, said his behavior was wrong, and we began to drag him about it, initially he cried. Remember? Now, y'all think back when R. Kelly first got confronted about his behavior. What did he do? When R. Kelly first got confronted by Gayle King, what did he do? Marcus has been ensnarled by his urges, allegedly. Yes. And we're going to get there when I tell you his prediction. When R. Kelly first got, now it had been rumors about R. Kelly for years, right? Wendy Williams was giving us little tidbits about what was it like to be around R. Kelly back in the 90s and shit like that. But of course, people are like, oh my God, step in the name of love, step in the name of love, step in the name. Like, nobody was like, leave us alone, stop talking about him. I believe I can fly. I'm so mad. I used that song back in 2000 when I did a graduation for some homeless women that went through a program that I was the director of, this program that I wrote. Anyway, and I used I Believe I Can Fly. I'll never forget it. And we were all so proud because they had graduated and stuff from my program. And we used I Believe I Can Fly as the theme song. Anyway, let me get back to the point. Oh, Marcus. And so Marcus cried. Like, he was so upset that we were all dragging him and shit like that. And he told everybody he was sorry. Remember when R. Kelly told Gayle he was sorry, and he was crying, and he was like, what do you want me to do? Was that the famous quote? Anyway, he appeared to be very remorseful. Same way with P. Diddy. Remember when we found out he had beat Cassie within an inch of her life, and he came on and he stared in the internet with no feeling and no tears, and his affect was flat, and he was like, what I did was wrong. I should have never acted like that, and I'm taking accountability for what I did. Remember? Yeah, what do you want from me? Marcus pretty much gave us that in his Jeep. And some people fell for it. Of course, I was like, boo, you're still a homeless humper. You're a piece of shit. I hate you. Boo. I gave no fucks about the tears. And so it's just a process that we're all watching. Marcus was at a barbershop or something today. I forget what channel I saw it on. The guy with the gray beard. I think his name is God, something like that. I put him on my community wall. Anyway, he showed a video. Marcus was out getting feisty in them new wigs and shit, and getting them all cleaned up for the next scene that they're going to do on his Spicy channel. You think Marcus give a fuck? Marcus is so far in his sexual deviant mindset that he can't even see the forest for the trees or the trees for the forest. The forest? Child, however that go. But I think R. Kelly helped me create my song. In there humping on R. Kelly songs. No, my shit is 12 play. 1, come over the door, just had 2. Da 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 da. 3. Da 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 da. And how to build your fantasy. Yeah. 4. Climb down on the floor. 5. Don't you think I'm an 6? 7. Oh, that's my shit. I'm gonna play that tonight, man. Ah, 1. Cause I'm on 2. I wanna smoke a tree. 3. I know that ain't the words, but y'all, let me tell you something. R. Kelly is a musical genius and a sexual deviant. So anyway, 5. Let me let you come inside. 6. Um, and so where Marcus is in his deviant behavior is, yes, right now there's a movement, and I thank everybody who reached out, and called the number, because I know many of you did. That's on the video with me and Benji. Y'all called the number. Benji, I put on I shared the video that you did on Marcus. I forgot I was on that video too. I started watching the video. I was like, oh, that's when I used to drive and make videos while I was driving, which was so dangerous. I don't know why I used to think that was okay. Anyway, when people blast music doing the nasty, I just want to hear our sounds. Only time you really gotta blast music, Benji, when you have kids, you'll understand why you gotta blast the music. Because you don't want the kids to hear your humping. You gotta turn the TV up real. Kyrie, this is not for you. So that's why they do that. Uh-huh. I know. I called and said I wanted conversation because I had to watch the video and Google what the suitcase was, emotional distress. Damn, Red, you took it there. So anyway, you know how long it took them to finally get enough evidence, which was really not even hardcore evidence, to even get R. Kelly and what's that boy name? P. Diddy locked up. It took them, 30 years to get R. Kelly locked up? 30 years to get. They've been doing the same behavior for years. The only difference with Mucus is that in comparison to them, he's broke. So their money and lawyers kept them out of a lot of shit that they should have been convicted of many years ago. Hi, Just Living. The difference is, like I said, Mucus he doesn't have the resources, the money, the lawyers to keep him out of trouble. So people should, continue to make the phone calls, call children of youth, call whoever you got to call. Now, wait a minute. I did hear that the girl is home. Did I hear that? Did anybody get a response back from Investigator Martinez? Did she say, like, thank you for, because I haven't got any type of response. So we don't know if she's home or not. Usually they'll say on the missing persons website, they'll put found or returned home. So I don't know, because I didn't look it up. But I don't know if she's back home or not. But she's definitely been traumatized. Anytime they're on the street like that, nothing good is going to happen to a young girl on the street. Nothing good is going to happen to them. Nothing. And I think what made me so angry with Marcus, and I've just been like this with him since, 3 years ago. But the fact that he has the way his brain works, he can separate his sexual deviant brain from the brain of a father and his own children. And he believes he's a great father. Although he has these deviant behaviors and thoughts, in his brain, he's a great father. he separates his daughters from those little girls that he was sitting across in that restaurant. He separates them. I know when I worked, I was contracted to do work with young boys, mostly girls, but the boys were usually gay, and they had been sex traded. And so they had been rescued from, and I told this story before, they had been rescued from sex traders, or they ran away or whatever. They got to the police, and this is in Philly. And so in order to, to keep them safe, they would move them into like various suburbs outside of Philly, to keep them safe and to keep them away from, Philly or whatever, and New York. And just as a therapist working with these young people that had literally been through horrific trauma that I couldn't even describe to you, some of the experiences that they had, because it's just disgusting that what an adult male and female, that's why I be looking at y'all studs funny. Y'all be out there buying. Some of y'all. Anyway, and what they experienced, and some of them had run away from home. I don't ran away a couple. In my teenage years, I might have ran away once or twice. Maybe 2 times. A good 2 times. A good 2 times. And thank God, that I didn't run up on a predator or a sex trade person, because what they do is they use females. So of course, in therapy, I'm asking them about their experiences, allegedly. I'm asking them about their experience, and they're, going through the trauma and the things that some of them didn't even recognize that it was trauma. But in hearing their stories, like, and some of the men that were buying them, sometimes they would have to service 20 men a day. Okay, 20 to 30 men a day. The younger they were, the better. The more money that they would get. And then this is the killer part of everything. How much money did you make? Nothing. You serviced 20 men and you got nothing, not a nickel. And that was consistent with every single one of them, the boys and the girls. They never got any money. Never got no money. They would go into a hotel room. They were told to just be naked, wait there, and they would have to service all these men and studs for all day and night. They would be high on drugs, alcohol, and they would get no money, nothing. Now, of course, the trader would get all the money. They would get all the money. And if they were lucky, they would get to stop and eat, or, like maybe one day, they would take them to go get their nails done or their hair done so that they could look half decent. And some of them will only be there like a 30 days, 40 days, like that, couple of months before they would have had enough and they've been rescued. But they have families that love them. They have families that love them and was looking for them. As a teenager, with your teenager brain, you can get mad at your parents for the dumbest shit. You get mad at your parents for the dumbest shit. Now, that's even coming from a family that's put together, like not a dysfunctional family. People, will run away. But if you're already living in a dysfunctional situation, like the girls that Marcus was talking to, it sounded like it was two sisters that ran away together. And so what were they running away from, right? And so now they're already running away from a bad situation. Marcus hears their story. Now, mind you, he's got daughters. And instead of him saying, let me give you the number to a shelter for teenagers, a lot of cities have shelters devoted for teenagers because they don't want the teens mixed in with the grown people, because the grown people don't have no boundaries. And so they have teen shelters for that purpose. And so instead of him saying, let me link you up with a teen shelter resource, blah, 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 this bitch tells them, y'all got to watch Do the Signs video. He was like, girl, them studs be studding. Let's just say they came in with straps. And I'm talking about bull daggers. I'm talking about big studs, studdy studs, studs of the studs of the studs. And I'm talking about 14-year-old, 15-year-old little girls. So glad when that contract ended, I couldn't take it no more. Anywho, y'all done took me off track. Actually, some of them will be like, sometimes the studs were better, especially if they didn't have a strap with them, because then it wasn't dependent. You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with that. So sometimes, I remember in particular, one girl was like, I didn't mind the studs because, especially if they didn't have with them, it was a less, it was better. Your prediction for Mike. Oh, wait, let me finish up. Marcus. So anyway, so thank you to everybody who's reached out and made those phone calls. But don't expect anything right away. I'm okay, Berwin. Don't expect too much right away. Because first of all, and let's get into the cultural, racial issue, his victims are black. He is black. And so it's not going to be like a priority, unfortunately. Oh, sugar girl, you got to go watch the videos, honey. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to catch up on Polo video today. Marcus doesn't like to have negative attention, but he needs to play it off. Plus, he already has probably promised more Polo videos to his people. The ball rolling. I didn't expect anything to happen right away, but it will happen. Oh, it's definitely going to happen. I just don't want people to lose the momentum. And, I know we would love to see the police arrest Mucus, book them, and so we can all look at the booking paperwork. And I know that's what people want. But this is a process. And just like R. Kelly and just like P. Diddy, it's not going to happen fast. Do you have a therapist? Do I have a therapist? No. Why you think I need one? No, I don't. I'm retired. But when I was a therapist, though, we have what we call supervision. So we process things with other professionals like ourselves. I mean, but some of my colleagues really do their own therapist. They got to investigate first, so naturally they'll take time. He said this may be the end of his channel on his video today. Oh, he did? Sugar, don't tell me that. Sugar, don't come over here getting me excited. We all need a little therapy. Ain't nobody all the way saying, ha! I don't. Y'all got to, I'm going to tell that story one day. The only time I ever had a therapist. And that was when I was 17. And it wasn't even a therapy. Like, I just went to go see a psychiatrist because I remember I told you I had ran away. So and I had a perfectly fine family. I just was, Kyrie, why you still down here? I'm trying to tell these people my business. Anyway, y'all, I'll tell y'all that another day. But yes, everybody should have a therapist. Don't tell your business to people in the street. Only tell your business to your therapist and God, because they're not going to tell nobody. Polo video today, he actually sounded worried, but who knows? Yes, he said that they might remove his channel. Yes, he said that.
No, there's 2 biscuits left, man.
You can eat them. Did you eat one?
Yeah,
Did you try to
yeah.
I can't go to the baby shower.
Nigga, I just told him you were.
Yep, it's Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I gotta work.
What do you think, man?
I'm gonna give you gifts to take. What they having?
A girl.
Oh, okay, I'll go get girl stuff. Did you get a gift or you want me to just do it for me and you?
You can do it.
I'm gonna get mad clothes.
Yeah.
I like baby clothes. I'll go get it this week. Yes, he said they might have to remove his channel. Oh, I love it. I hope so. I also believe ain't nothing wrong with therapy and advocate for it. Most people think that they don't need it, could benefit from it. You've seen so much trauma. I have, but even like with part of our training, Tam, honestly, like we learn how to, it ain't even really like, it's really about like being empathetic to people, but in our training, we learn not to like take it on. Like I could have, you got to think if I'm a therapist, so I might see 8 people a day. Everybody's coming in with their different situations. Yeah, I was seeing kids that were in sex trade situations, but that same day I could be seeing a little kid who's has autism and something like that. So you just learn to just like, okay, you dealt with that and you move on and you deal with other stuff. It's like I don't take it on like my own like problem. If you do that as a therapist, you're not going to last long. You are not going to last long. Therapy is such a good way to learn yourself and what you. Therapy is great. Therapy is great. I mean, but you got to be honest too. I mean, so many people will come to therapy and lie and then like admit like they lied. I'm like, what is making you lie when literally this between us? Like, I'm not going to think anything about you. So you could be empathetic. Empathetic is different than sympathetic. So I can empathize with somebody who's been traumatized through a sex trade situation, but I'm not going to, excuse me, I'm not going to feel that bad that I'm bawling. Like I'm not bawling. I'm not trying to save you. I'm not like, come live at my house. I'll fix you. Not like this, not like that. But in it, therapy was great for me. If you go in there and willing to say what it is, it's going to be such a great relief. But you got to be willing to do that. I love my therapist. If you lie, you can't heal. You can't. Why are you in that? Like, why lie? Being judged and naturally assume a therapist would do so. Since a therapist is still a person capable of judging, that's how it works for me. I had to learn to be comfortable. I think you got to learn to be comfortable, everybody. And every therapist is not good. And every therapist is not for you. So if you feel uncomfortable with a therapist, get a new therapist. Don't keep going to therapy. Somebody was just telling me that. They was like, I ain't really feeling my therapist. And honestly, for her, this is like the 5th therapist that she wasn't feeling. And I said, at what point do you start not feeling the therapist? After, this is her problem. After she tells the therapist all her problems, this what happened, and that what happened, and he did this, and he did that. And then when it's time to process what is happening with you and what makes you make the decisions that you make, and let's talk about your childhood, let's talk about what happened there. Once they get to that point when where she has to look at herself, that's when all of a sudden the therapist ain't shit. No, it's you. Now it's you, Miss Honey. Takes you to a different situations in a day. First day I cried in front of my therapist. I was so humiliated. It takes time to get comfortable with me. Therapists that smelled like raw onions and stared at my boobs. Well, Red, you shouldn't have went in there with them big old titties. Just sitting up in there with them tits. What the man was supposed to do? You should have never went back. I would have never sat in no funky ass therapist office. Hi, Black. I would have. He would have never saw me again. He would have never saw me again, honey. Was to change therapists. I had to tell my therapist why I wanted a new therapist. All this mess with Mark is going to play out. Ooh, sugar, we about to talk about it in a minute. I'm about to give my prediction. Um, you shouldn't have had to do that. You should not have had to do that. I just would have not went back. I would have told him over the phone. I would have emailed him, but I wouldn't have had to sit in his face and tell him shit. Therapy is great. I mean, it's. I think for a lot of people, even people like who are grieving, like therapy is great. For that, to go through that process, because in your real life, let's say somebody close to you passed away. People give you a little bit of time, and then after a while, they're gonna be like, "Girl, that happened last year." But people grieve for many, many years. You can grieve a lifetime for somebody that you lost, especially if you're a mother and a child. You lost your child. You can grieve that for a lifetime. To make sure I wasn't, channel get deleted, then people will. I don't feel sorry for him. He too old to do how to fact check and verify age, especially since he claims to be so smart. Sugar, the issue with that, it's not, to me, the issue with the 17-year-old, hopefully that will be the reason that he will lose his channel, that he will be investigated, and that he will go to jail. For me, it was even the fact of him using homeless, vulnerable women and men to hump on, which is why I call him the homeless humper. To hump on them is out of pocket. It's disgusting. And for him to consider himself a man, an educated man, and da 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 da, it was all a ploy to get to where he is today, which is filming them out loud and in front of the world and saying, yes, I got them off the street. Yes, they're drug addicted. Yes, they're mentally ill. Yes, they're mentally challenged. And I'm still going to go and get an Airbnb or a hotel, and I'm going to tape them having Exy. And it ain't nothing nobody going to do about it. You think R. Kelly didn't think the same way when he pissed all over that girl and then it was uploaded to the internet? It led up to that. And that's what Marcus has done over the last 3 years. His behavior just got worse and worse and worse. His mental illness, his mental brain of sexual deviance is getting worse. You think Jeffrey Dahmer started out cutting motherfuckers up and eating them? No. He started out putting cats and shit in the microwave, blowing them up first. Then he started, gaping men. And then he went from choking. It just led up. It just kept going. And it's the same thing. I'm going to read all that in a minute. It's the same thing with Mucus. It's the same shit. First, okay, I'm going to hook up with these homeless women for $10. Oh, okay, I got away with that shit? All right, now I'm going to bring them back to my apartment and get them high as the sky. And I'm going to make them put on doll baby dresses and booty shorts and vacuum my rug. Oh, shit, I got away with that? And it just kept going. It just kept going until where we are today. He's going to go to jail. Hopefully, y'all, let me read all this. People used to her mental health to downplay. Yeah, they didn't believe Monique at first. I lost both parents 3 years after I realized I was still grieving. Now I'm still grieving, 100%. I met T exactly. He met all of the other women homeless on the street. I'm starting to believe that his baby mom, them two girls' moms, were a poor little black girl on the street. I'm starting to believe she was a poor little black girl on the street. Because who else does he date? Thank you. Hit the like button. Who else does he date? Initially we would have thought, he's a professional man, she's a professional woman. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Them two girls' mama was probably some homeless teenage girl that lived up the street, and Marcus and whoever else was humping on her. And then he, kept getting her pregnant. Hey, Shaw, I come every Monday at 9 o'clock sometimes. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for the gift. Woohoo. So Marcus has been doing this shit. And Marcus only said that to try to gain sympathy. That's why I put the video out. I would love for people, content creators in this sector, to stop bringing Marcus to your channel. And even in the video I did with Benji last year, I touched on that shit last year. And I said, because I watched the video again, I was like, Marcus be coming on people's panel to try to change the narrative and try to make everybody look like they crazy and over exaggerating, and he cool. He been doing that. And I made that video just to tell these new people, Marcus always jumped on panels. It ain't gonna help your channel grow. It ain't gonna do shit for you. Nothing. Because he ain't gonna do nothing to help your channel grow. He only comes on panels to change the narrative and to get content creators to be on his side. I saw a content creator, she did a thumbnail that she cutting ties with Mucus. She lives in an imaginary castle. Hey, girl. Thank you. Thank you, Happy Poop. I missed the Happy Poop. Anyway, so she said she's cutting ties with Mucus. Mucus stay on her panel. But she used to do videos about Mucus all the time. Ooh, Red. Thank you, girl. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for these people. I've been watching since Kiki used to be on his head. He is the link to be fake nice. Thank you. He used to do that with Kiki, but he ain't understand Kiki was more cunning than him. Kiki was more cunning than him. He didn't know who he was playing with. Kiki was outsmarting him at every turn. And I wish she was still in the sector. I really do. Because she did a lot of... Because believe me, when he would be on her channel, I would be behind the scenes like, bitch, I can't believe you talking to this motherfucker. I would be behind the scenes going in on her. Like, oh, I don't know how you do it. And she would just be like, don't say nothing. Like, all right, but I'm heated right now. I can't believe you even talking nice to this bitch. Yep. But he ain't know Kiki was way more cunning than him. And if it wasn't for her, a lot of the victims would not have come out. It was hard to get Monique to talk with sense because she was in her delusions, because she is a paranoid schizophrenic. So Monique would be a hard testimony victim, and people just didn't like her. But when sweet little Yaya came out and she told Kiki what happened to her, as she sat proper and prim and said, I live with Marcus. We met on the street. It was a one night stand. And I stayed with Marcus for a few days. And sometimes when his daughters would come, he would tell me to wait in the closet. But it was a big closet. It was a really big closet. Versus Monique, he tried to kill me. He's an alien. He ain't shit. He stole from me. Where's my brain? Right? Who you gonna believe? Who you gonna believe? So everybody did believe Yana Bear. KLC, and she just as disgusting as. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now, honey. Lorraine, don't do that. Don't be bringing up no old shit. Don't do that now. I don't know nothing about it, honey. Don't do that. Oh, y'all. Sometimes people tell their business too much on this internet, honey. Don't think I ain't never had them conversations. I tell people, don't come on the internet when you upset or you mad or you drunk. Why would she let him send her to Chicago and get rid of it before getting her paper? Because she was a young little silly ass girl. Told the truth on his ass. Yes, she did. Thank God she did. We're going to need her to call. We need Yana. We need Yaya. We need Moniece. We need Sunny. We need West Indy. Like, all of them need to tell their testimony. Even if it's not considered to be illegal, it helps to build the story, to build the case. Like, Marcus is he's in more trouble than he thinks. He's in more trouble. He's on the radar. And if that's the only thing that we get out of this run, that's good. He's on the. Is Marcus wealthy? Hell no, he ain't wealthy. Hell no. Hell no. He ain't wealthy enough to keep himself out of trouble. Functional behavior started once they found out was the biological father of Max. Girl, it started out before then. Lorraine, it started out way before then. Oh no, he had already got Yana pregnant. It was started before them. His dysfunctional behavior started at puberty. That sexual defiant brain, the deviant brain, started in puberty. That's look at some of our old videos, child. Do he look wealthy? I don't know if he looked wealthy. He only 4'2" tall. And he's going to cost him, so pray for him. I ain't praying for shit. Thank you, Black. We're going to pray, all right? We're going to pray every time we call Inspector Martinez. We're going to pray when we call the police department. We pray when we call Steve Harvey. Y'all know when I start mixing up names, I'm getting sleepy. When we called Steve Wilco back to back, Steve was so sick of me calling over there. They was like, girl, okay. Bitch, you will never go back on that show. And if you do go back, it's only because Steve gonna drag your punk ass. Lock his ass up, rah-rah. You know that's right. He was pretending he wasn't afraid today. Mark, his face was the same. He wasn't as loud and overbearing. Angel, I hope so. I hope so. God, I hope so. So he wealthy, like Ghost kind of wealthy. They hood wealthy. They hood wealthy. They lose them channels. Well, Marcus can go back to what he did before. Ghost don't have no trade. Ghost ain't got nothing to go back to. I don't know what Ghost. He spent 25 years in prison. I don't know why he ain't pick up a trade when he was there. Just laying in your cell doing nothing all fucking day. Well, he did say he went and got his GED. Get their own channel. They both are jealous when that happens. They don't like that. Have to break it down. Mucus is Atlanta Street Interviews. Georgia, they live cheap states. Anybody can be rich there. Well, that's true. Ass in jail, Mr. College educated isn't so educated after all. And plus, we found out he ain't even graduate, y'all. Somebody found out he ain't even graduate. He was on campus, child. Probably humping everything that he could hump down at the school. Have I heard anything about Lip's case? Nope. They still have not set a date. Nope. They have not set a date. Not that I'm aware of. As a matter of fact, T-Bone. I'm going to call. I'll call this week. Because a date should be coming up. Date for trial. Because production say he taking it to trial. Production wants to take the case in front of a jury to pray for him today. I wouldn't pray. Oh, did he? I'm going to do a video praying for Marcus. As soon as I hang up. Prayer for Marcus. Y'all know y'all going to be rolling. I'm going to do a prayer for Marcus. I'm going to do a video dedicated to praying for Marcus. Did he graduate but stayed bragging about his scholarship in college? That boy ain't graduating from nowhere. I can't stand him. Marcus may have inherited wealth from his parents. Them immigrants? Oh, shit. Who said that? Ah, damn. Girl. Unless they had a... Girl, them people probably didn't even have no paperwork. He gonna stop playing if I send Ice to his mama house. Because did she ever get her papers? Daddy gone, so I can't get him arrested. Maybe if we get his mama sent back, he'll start acting right. I knew he didn't graduate from college. He did a makeover and act like he's Polo's best friend trying to help him out. Took all these years to figure out Polo needs some help. Marcus' money came from YouTube and his nonprofit is a non-compliant status. Boy not even paying his taxes. I know because people called on him. He better be paying them taxes on his nasty ass websites. They've been called on him about that nonprofit. They've been called about him. That's why I wish certain situations wouldn't have happened with some of the YouTubers that was on Marcus's ass, because they were doing a lot of good work behind the scenes. And because people started playing in their face and bringing up their personal business and, you know, just emotionally dragging them through the mud, they just stopped. But and honestly, that was the team I was on. So when my team got dismantled, I just been out here fighting by myself. It's been out here by myself. Because so many other people flip-flop. Like 1 minute they hate Marcus, the next minute he's on the panel. 1 minute they hate Marcus, the next minute they're in a car driving 1,000 miles to go see him. She deleted it. Sugar, she deleted it. Thank you. Give me a like. Yeah, but she good. I talk to her every once in a while. On Yaya just had a baby. You stood on big business. You never kissed down to him. Never. He sent messages. Oh, he wanted to talk. I said, my black ass will never sit on a panel with your dirty, filthy, grimy, sexual, deviant, stinking, dirty, 3'5" ass. I said, tell him that. Tell him that. Hit the like button. Thank you. Hello, you are the beginner of Marcus, and I am. Channels even grow by following his channel. They don't. Some of them been following his channels for years. He don't. You would think, let me tell you something. If they played it right, and Marcus only comes on small channels to shoot his narrative, and he wants to like make you think like you got the king on your channel, like you should be happy. He only does that for his own self gratification. And they never grow. They have never grown from that. Nobody grows, right? You would think if a channel, if I go on a channel with 200,000 subscribers, and the channel is on my channel, first thing I'm gonna be like, you're gonna have to shout me out. You're gonna have to share this on your channel. If you want to shoot this narrative, you're gonna have to share me out. You're gonna have to tell the people to at least I can get maybe 1,500 of your subscribers. You think I'm gonna let you sit on my panel and talk your shit and shoot your narrative and I ain't getting shit out of it, you bitch? Nobody ever grew from him sitting on their channel. Nobody. People drag West Indies, but she makes her own content. She doesn't ride Marcus wave. She wrote it until it wasn't worth riding no more. She wrote it and now she do her own shit, but she got a whole hate train on her too. He was starting to try to get other people to film the content for him, like Cat, the way he's not accountable. He's a dirty piece of shit. They dragged West Indies, but West Indies went in and she did what she did and got her content and got her channel to grow. He never tried to help West Indies, even when they were still cool. Even when they were still cool, he never tried to help her. And people drag her to this day because she is a content creator beggar. She begs. And she thinks she's too cute to work. Oh, Lord have mercy. And she picks stupid men to have babies by, but that's besides the point. She got a whole group of people over there dragging her. And Marcus' little dirty ass has been over there on those channels too. He loved that shit. He loved that shit. They even be arguing about who's king and queen of the street sector when it ain't no value in that. None. None of them people channels has grown. Well, some of their views did come up. They did come up. You're a woman of integrity. And I am. Thank you, yabba dabba doo. The people are doing the same or worse. Not many success stories. I slept real good last night knowing that he was home crying. Vegas, I'm upset. I don't like that y'all not in blue no more. Marcus does not shout out any of the channels. They still don't grow. They don't grow. He does nothing for them. Sharia said, who is Shataria? That his private parts was stinking. I thought Greg's private, I'm getting the private parts mixed up. I thought they said Greg of Real Right Now Cut had stinky bowls. That live was fire last night. I was on fire, wasn't I, girl? Like 5 videos about Marcus and then moved on and hasn't mentioned him since. And I mean, I was one of the people telling her, girl, keep riding that shit out. Marcus is getting everything he deserves. He gonna get more than that. I can't wait for him to get arrested. Google gonna get you for all that cursing. Google, they already get me, girl. My shit be yellow. But they said we can cuss a little bit more now. We haven't seen him help anyone when there is no return on his investment. Absolutely not. You're not going to see it. He's a mental case. West Indies be begging. Yes, Marcus even questioned her baby daddy. He's a piece of shit. He only did that because West Indies, even though she was a working girl and she sold her ass, she didn't even want to mess with him no more because he cheat. West Indies was making thousands of dollars selling her ass. And you think I'm gonna take your $10 and a pre-roll, I'm gonna screw you for $10, a pre-roll and a gummy. When I got these men's out here, especially these Arabs, giving me $1,000. I don't think so. I'm not near my Alexa, but if I was, she would tell me to stop cursing like she did last night and embarrass me on the live in my car. Okay? I will always keep moving. Period. Welcome to the live. Y'all think his channel gonna get deleted? We hope. Don't messed up that big old channel because you want to be a nasty freak. You dummy, you. Ha ha. Ah, ha, ha, hee, 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 ho, 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 hee, ha, woo. Hercules, 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 I want his channel. I not only do I want Marcus's channel, this will be a part of my prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you on behalf of Marcus. Now I'm gonna do a video because I'm gonna have an overtalk. Who is Marcus? I'm gonna say I'm coming to you on behalf of Mucus, the homeless Humper, and then I'm gonna have God say, "Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now." Marcus is in trouble, Jesus. He in trouble, sweet Jesus. What did he do now, little pervert? He done got caught with children, Lord. He done got caught with kids. Oh my God. He is training Polo for his YouTube channel. Maybe Polo is trying to be his bestie. Maybe they gonna child. After I saw what Polo was doing in that room, child. Polo need to hide his face in shame. Something else that may be helpful. Thank you. Thank you, Jerome. Angel, he also said his daughter knows what he does and that they don't care. He he just want the money. Oh, you Dark Knight. I'm on now, Dark Knight. You think so? Let's say it charged. Because isn't indicted when you is charged different from indicted? Because I'm thinking charge is when they say, here are your felonies. Indicted is indicted when the prosecutor picks up the case and they say we're indicting you. I gotta go watch Matlock. I don't remember. You also can't be banned person use the channel, so that's probably why so many people who used to be for him jumped shit. They sure did. But someone said Ghost channel is still active. It is active. Ghost was on restriction for a week and got a strike. I don't know how many strikes he got, but when you go on restriction, you get a strike. Because I came off restriction last month. Because I got a strike. And it wasn't even because of this bullshit. It was a celebrity struck me, bitch. And I ain't even feel like fighting her. I could have won it, but they removed it. Good night, Lisa. Thank you. You take care too. Look at me looking at the time. I ain't even gonna mention her funky name, bitch. She ain't have to do that. And what I wasn't even I only replayed somebody else that was cracking on her ass. And then she gonna strike me because I replayed the shit. It was a giggle. It was funny. And it had kind of went viral. But it was like a 15-second video. Some shit. It wasn't even all that. I'm like, bitch, calm down. She tried to Tasha K me. I took the shit down. Well, I ain't had no choice. They took it down and struck me. Okay, wait a minute. Indictment means that it's enough evidence to go to trial. God, don't get me excited. Was she young or older? It depends on what you think is old. She's an old rapper. Let me just say that. forgot who she was in it to with, but I reposted something. And then I might have talked over it. Whatever it was, she ain't like it. Something to laugh at. Yeah, that's what she said, Sugar. She said, oh, bitch, you want to laugh? Laugh at this strike, bitch. Woo! She laugh at this strike, ho. You want to laugh? You want to giggle, giggle? Laugh at this. You have for you. Laugh at that. Y'all ain't seen me for a week. I had to go on my backup channel looking dumb. Yeah, she was like, laugh now. She sure did. You being indicted for manslaughter, so we are charging you with that in F. Oh. Oh. I know, this is my summer hair. Oh. Do y'all really, don't lie, y'all. Don't lie, don't lie, don't lie. But did y'all really think Marcus was looking scared today and worried? Ooh, I love that. You think Marcus scared? That's what I'm asking, Sugar. He probably scared about his money. Of course, this is his income. This is his income. I know. That's why I said, what do y'all think is old, Benji? Because you know they think everything is old. She over 40. Thank you, Red. Marcus said he needs 80K for a down deposit on a property. Marcus, shut the fuck up. Yeah, you know why he want a private property? So he could take people out there and do nasty, filthy things to him. So that he don't have to rent shit no more. He's disgusting. Yeah, he gonna play it off. But no, Benji, today they said on Marcus' video that he said, I might lose my channel. Mark, I don't know the angle of that. Like, why would he say that? Marcus, he wouldn't give us the satisfaction of knowing that he's scared. That's why I know he's fake. That's how I know he's fake. How many videos did Feisty say, Marcus, don't put a hit out on me? Really? Well, Feisty, ain't she schizophrenic? So she would think that. And around men for the rest of his life would be a prize to him. Child, the way he was, and that's on that video when Polo was, who was Polo doing it to? Polo was doing it to a trans. Child. Marcus was so excited, y'all. Marcus was so excited. It was, and I didn't even watch that one for myself. I sent somebody else to watch it because I just couldn't let my virgin Christian eyes look at that. I had seen enough. But when they told me what it was, I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't watch it. And it wasn't even about, for me, it wasn't about what Polo and Cash was doing. It was Marcus' response to it. He is so deep in his perversion. He can't even see what's right, wrong, abnormal, weird. Like, he can't even see it. He can't. Who would get on the internet and in an interview ask a person, were they essayed? She says yes. He says, who essayed you? And the young girl says, this was years ago, my father. He kept questioning her and asked her, at some point, did you like it? I wish I still had that clip because that's something I would like to send to some people. Yeah. He's disgusting. Oh, Lord, Red just figured out who you was, Benji. Berwin, he meant that shit. That was when I really got amped up. After that, I really got amped up. He said it simply doesn't care. He doesn't have a mental disability. So he can't see it at wrong. I don't know, Sugar. He can't see it. Most of them, go talk to anybody that we've diagnosed with as a sexual pervert They don't see that. They don't think that's what they are because they have abnormal sexual behaviors and thoughts. So, like, what is normal? Because sometimes we get to court with these cases, and there is like lines of what's normal. If you watch pornography, there's levels to that. You know, obviously children are off limits, animals are off limits. Um, but there's still boundaries on behavior. And so he's crossed many of those boundaries. And that's why he's considered a deviant because his choice of partners are homeless women and men. Not that he's sexing men, but women who are mentally ill, mentally challenged. Um, and so that is who he targets. So that makes him a sexual deviant based on his behaviors are greatly different from normal rules. And so most of us, when we are in the dating world, when you were single, did you go to, in your local town or city and go to the homeless population looking for a date? And then when you would talk to somebody, you would pay them $10 and then have a humping session with them? Is that normal sexual behavior? No. But he can't see it, so it's okay. What does he have on his lip? Pretty sure his views went down, so he can't be making that much money. No, nobody is since COVID. It's only Monday. The feds are on it. Trust me. I'm the one who got him banned from those 2 hotels. Good job. He doesn't want to see it because he doesn't want to see it, not because he's incapable. Sugar, no, he doesn't want to see it. Because it makes him feel good and he doesn't want to stop. And he can't stop. That's what makes it mental illness and a disability. Not that it's an excuse, but he can't stop. You missed my comment. Marcus is mad because you started our video calling him a bitch. I did. I was being so demure though. Damn it. I told you don't get me to talking. I was gonna cuss you. That's why I was, because I would have spent the whole time calling him a bitch, a no good son. Like, just the message would have been missed. The way I would have cussed him out. He know I can't stand him. Oh my God. Boy. Let me see. How's it doing? Fetishes are completely normal until they go far out of social norms. Right. Well, he brought Feisty back. He needs a view bringer. His views below, no doubt. He always needs one, one that he considers, that people come to watch. Girls are saying about him now. I hope they go visit him in jail. To start it with that. Oh, baby, you ain't right. He's attracted to people who believe are lower than him and he can control. So he posts on vulnerable people. He's a sadist. Gets off thinking about their circumstances. He's dirty. Calls people the B word a lot to himself. I'm sure he don't call me many a bitches. He even called Ghost a B for not giving Marcus props for starting. He didn't start Ghost channel. He would like to think that. Now, y'all know I ain't got nothing good to say about Ghost either. But he thought Ghost was going to kiss his ass. Marcus wanted to come to North Carolina and interview Katie and Hollywood, all the players. He wanted to come out there and do content with Penelope, and Ghost shut it down. He's very weak. He's very weak-minded. I mean, the man is only 3 foot tall, 2 inches. And so part of the reason why you ever see him get out his Jeep, he got to jump out the Jeep. And then to get back in the Jeep, he needs somebody to hold his feet up and then hoist his ass up in the motherfucking Jeep. Marcus wanted to work with me on the B side until he realized that he doesn't have enough money to run me. Ooh, Benji, no, he didn't. Mmm. Always get bothered when people don't look up to him or give him his props. Like how you mad because Ghost won't give you props for his own damn channel. Yeah. And give him access. Not that these people can't make their own decisions, but if Ghost told them don't fuck with him, they wouldn't. Except maybe Stephanie. Marcus and I spoke on the phone 3 or 4 times for a long time. He stopped liking me once he realized that I made money in real life and didn't think ish of him. That part. He used to be behind the scenes with a lot of people. No, with a few people. And one of the things that I hated so bad when the sector fell apart on the side of folks that I was fucking with. And when they got into it with each other, and then he inserted himself in that, uh, that ran me out of the sector. It really that ran me out. Like I was like, I can't do it. I want to choke him. I'm just curious to know if the Spicy Channel and the Dad's Reclave are two different types of. No, it's the same shit. He's an elf. He really is. Right. If he thinks you have any amount of intellect too, he can't be bothered. He cannot be bothered, because he thinks he's the smartest person in the world. And so, he can't be so bothered. And women are only for one use. If he finds you attractive, then there's only one purpose for you in his life. Now, we don't know exactly what he likes because we've seen him like everything. I can't say he like this and I can't say he like that. Because he like a lot. He like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. What was in the Dad's briefcase? I don't know, but why would you even name a channel that? Them girls need to be talked to, honestly. I don't mean to be out there like that, but his daughters need to be talked to. Somebody should probably talk to them. I wouldn't have a sexual deviant around my children or any female in my family because he just doesn't have control. And he be getting drunk and doing other stuff, I guess. I don't know. But somebody should probably talk to his daughters. They will. Once CPS, investigates the girls and where they at and where they been and all of that and how he's involved in it, and he's a active father, so they're going to probably need to investigate and talk to his daughters. They're going to need to talk to his daughters. He said his channel be gone. His channel be gone. Marcus, he would never tell us that if he really thought that to be true. Complex, a psychological fixation where a person feels an ego boost or sexual arousal from acting as a rescue or provider, placing a partner in a permanent state of dependency. He's disgusting. He did that with T. T is the one that had the baby, that had the baby with him. I'm sure he treated her like a piece of shit. Well, he found her on the street, too. He found her on the street. Parenting, when he has his own parents, were foul. That's why he's disgusting. Dolly Day, I don't want to, girl. Dolly is in the wrong chat. We cuss over here. Somebody send her to be with her Lord. Get her out of here. Bye, Dolly Day. She got to go. Go be with the Lord. I can't do it. You don't know what religion I practice. I might not even fuck with the Bible. Don't come over here with that. Child. Mm-mm. Get Dolly out of here! Marcus would come to my waist. Yeah, you tall, right? Thank you, Red. I mean, we love the Lord over here and everything, but we ain't on that tonight. Anyway, so let me finish up. My prediction with Marcus is, now one person said he'll be out of here by end of August. I would love for that to happen. You 6'2"? Tall old thing. My husband's 6'2". Mm-hmm. I'll be forgetting I'm here for a job. Okay, over here just chit chatting. You supposed to be working. I'm gonna give it fall. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't feel nothing right now. I think I like the movement. I like what everybody is doing. I like that people are making the phone calls, sending the emails. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, I want him to lose everything. I want him to lose. When I tell you, people's like, you're praying on his downfall. 100%. Benji, I think that's a good. I'm writing it. I'm writing it in the book. We're going to go 2027. What are we saying, Benji? Arrested and channel gone? What are we doing? Arrested. The case just started to build. Yeah. I think his channel. Are they calling CPS too? Yes. Absolutely, they're calling CPS. I provided the number. I provided the number. Video coming soon. The channel gone. ASAP, no Rocky. Oh, I like that. I'm writing that one. ASAP, no Rocky, baby. Rihanna, no rerun. No, that was corny. No, that ain't it. That didn't hit the same. Woo! Demonetized. Okay. Because if he's demonetized, he's not going to post. Why would he? He ain't going to make no money. But 2027, we want him arrested and the channel gone. People say don't pray on your downfall. I'm absolutely praying on his downfall. He asked us to pray. He didn't ask us what to pray. So I'm going to be uploading that video tonight. I will be praying on his downfall and his total destruction of self and others. I mean, no, I ain't going to say that. All right, so we're going to work on the prayer, but that's going to be the prayer. Oh, Lord, Patricia done fell out the damn bushes. He gonna have to be doing them porns himself when we get done with his ass. Ain't he, y'all? He gonna have to do them porns himself. He gonna be in there by himself and shit. Humping. Let him cook. I am praying on his total downfall. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, I'm not saying, like, I would never want him to lose his channel. How are you going to feed his family? I want him to lose his channel so that he can't feed his family. So that he could go stand in the line where he was pulling people to come and do videos. And he'll be in the line at the food bank asking for food. I want him to have to move back in with his mother. But she might not be there either because we don't know if she... You know them people from the island. You know they'll never get their papers right. The mom got a paper. Your mama got her papers. I wonder if mama got her papers. Mama might have to go back to where they came from. Dig daddy up and send him back too. I'm getting mean. Oh, well, he didn't care about other people's kids. Is he from the U.S. Virgin Islands? I don't think so. Ah, damn, you might be right. We can't send her back. She's from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Specialist, you should be praying for his downfall. Nothing odd about that. I would never, if Marcus was my client, what I would be doing is analyzing to see if he's safe to be in the community. And I must tell you that I am 100% usually on the side of a sexual deviant going back to prison. They're not safe in the community. Get Fuzzy out of here because he in my business. Get Fuzzy out of here because he in my business. And you don't know me like that to be asking me a fuck thing about what my husband is, bitch. That's what they try to say. Because I want, I almost call him by my other son's name. Thank you, because I'm praying for his downfall, they think I don't have a man or I don't get, because I'm praying on his downfall. I wouldn't be praying on his downfall if he didn't have the behaviors that he has. I'm the person in real life have signed the papers in my evaluations that said, send him back to prison. He ain't fit for society. He will offend again. His mindset hasn't changed. He still has fantasies about young girls and boys. He still masturbates to... Baby, I'm in a marriage. Did y'all hear him? He just sneezed. Honey, are you okay? He know I'm fake. He would literally be at the choke before I got up and went to his side. No, I'm the side. Babe, are you okay? Benji, I've been married for 26 years. 26? 26. Is sick of where's your man? Like, where's your man don't validate shit. I could literally be in a room by myself with no man. And just because that's my life doesn't mean that I'm jealous of a motherfucking pervert and want his life. Or I'm jealous and because I don't have a man, I'm worried about. These people are sick. Hold on, y'all. Don't say nothing. What? You want me to mute it?
Yeah.
I don't know how. Hold on, y'all.
Huh?
Hold on. That's my husband. My loving husband was just telling me he was going to bed. In other words, get up here and go to bed. But I can't because I need to do my syllabus, so he gonna have to wait. I've been home all day, y'all. Ain't did shit. Wait, Benji, what you say? I knew you had kids and a husband. Yes, my kids are grown, but one still live here. Two still live here, actually. 26 years. Oh, my anniversary is August 26th. Thank you, Vegas. My parents were married for 28 years before my daddy's crazy ass died. Oh, why you do that? My dad died last year. I'm so mad at him. Daddy! Oh my God. My dad died last year. My parents were married 62 years. And then this cat showed up at my parents' house. We swear it's my dad. We named him after my dad. And when I go home, I'm like, hi, Dad. We actually believe that's our dad. Your dad died last year, too? Oh. You think yours is in hell? My daddy ain't in hell. Although he ain't go to church today. It's like, and my mother was like, I am not burying him at the church because he ain't never go to church. And he was like, I don't want to go to church. Oh, Lord. My dad was the best. My dad was, oh my God, I miss my dad. Not you think the cat, no, that cat is my dad. That cat is my dad. That cat is my dad. Where'd the cat come from? The cat loves us, especially my mom. That cat, my mom hated cats. She ain't never liked no cat. This cat, my dad, the cat, you can't tell her nothing about that cat. She won't let him in the house. He lives outside. No, my dad didn't like cats. My dad was old school. All our dogs lived on a chain in the backyard. Yeah, my mom ain't like no cat, but the way she talk about that cat, and he follows her all over the yard. We think he might belong to somebody else, and I tried to put a camera around his neck, but he was acting all dumb. So we couldn't follow his whereabouts, but y'all remember that like last year when I was on live at my mom's house and the kid's name is George, he jumped on my car and scared the shit out of all of us. Because when I go to my mom's house, I always do lives outside. And he be right there on my car with his crazy ass. Anyway, that's my dad. Mm-hmm. Yep. And my little niece, y'all see her on my channel sometime. They don't, like she's still at the age where she don't understand death. So on my dad's grave, it's my mom's name too. We already had her name put on because they're going to be buried, on top of each other. And so my niece noticed that and she was like, why is Gram's name on Pop's grave? And we explained that Gram is going to go there. She's going in that hole, like when she goes to heaven. And she was like, oh, I can't wait because I'm going to get to see Pop again. Girl! Girl! He ain't, because she think he live in the hole. We gonna get... We was like, girl, he ain't gonna be home that day. He ain't gonna be home that day. We ain't gonna see. He come up out of that motherfucking hole. We all running. Get off my live. Anyway, let me go because that was my sister. She probably on the live listening to me talk about her grandkids. Anyway, I gotta go, y'all. Bye. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Don't forget, we're just as bad for watching. You really don't understand what a reaction channel is. Eat my ass, Mafio. Get rid of his ass. Block him. Marcus people are starting to come in here. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me read it again. No, wait, Red. Let me read it again. People be like, we're just as bad for watching Atlanta Street interviews, but really don't understand. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. My bad. Stop. He's friend, not foe. He's friend, not foe. He's friend, not foe. Let me go, because my husband done went to bed, and technically I should be going to bed with him. That's how you stay married for 26 years. You ain't got no man. That's why you talk about Marcus. I wouldn't care if I didn't have a man. I would still be talking about Marcus. You act like it's so hard to get one of these. I can literally have 5 of these if I wanted it. Y'all know a man ain't hard to get. I'm about to play one time on top of me, 2. I can't wait to smoke this tree, 3. One that's handing down, feel the fantasy, yeah. 4. Get down on the floor. 5. Let me see you come alive. I'm going to learn the words, and then I'm going to come. Woo! All right, y'all. Thank you for coming. I will see y'all again. If something happens, I'll be back before, what's the name now? I'll be back before Monday. If anything happens. If Marcus gets arrested, anything good, I'll be back. Y'all don't forget to watch the videos that I've already dropped. August, I don't know what the series is I'm going to do. I might talk about addiction. I don't know. I gotta wait until a vision comes, and then I'll let you know what August is going to be about. You want to drawing? Oh no, y'all stay tuned for my prayer for Marcus. I'm going to record that tonight.